Hello antique fans, and welcome to my channel for another antique related video. This is Deanna from Vintage Touch Antiques. Today I'm sitting here with my webcam, so the audio I'm sure won't be quite as good, but it's a little bit easier for me to do this video in front of the webcam. I'm having a little bit of problem because my computer wants to keep telling me what time it is. So if that happens, please just ignore that. Today I'd like to share with you one of my collections, or I should say it's a part of a larger collection that I have of antique postcards, and this is the Patriotic Postcards that I have. Now it's just 12 cards, so it's not a long video, but I want to show you some of the pretty cards that I've been able to get and share with you some of the ways that I display them with some ideas that I use. So let's get started here. The first card I have to show you is a nice little embossed card that is from the early 1900s and has little children in a parade there with the American flag and the flag around the perimeter of the card. Cute card, heavy embossing with the name to and from on the back. No stamp on this one. Here's one that's Washington taking command of the army, and this one is shows George Washington there on his horse. And this one is a Raphael Tuck card. Raphael Tuck cards do go for a little bit more money, and this one does have a cancellation and its early stamp and address there. If they don't have any cancellation or stamp or anything written on them, they generally command a little bit more money. But you know what? I just love the writing and the messages and the old stamps. And when I display my cards, I oftentimes display them so that front and backs are visible. So with all that in mind, you know, you just get what it is that you're wanting in a collection. Here's a great little vertical card. This is a little child in a sailor suit with his firecrackers and stuff getting ready for 4th of July celebration. And this one is a Raphael Tuck card as well. It does have some very light writing here. Not as embossed, a little embossing, but not as much, whoops, as the other one. It's hard to do this in front of the camera and not go backwards. Okay. Oops, see what I mean? Okay, this is another vertical card, and this one is a group of young people there with a cannon getting ready for a festival celebration, 4th of July. This one has writing on the back with the early stamp. Here is one with a parade of little sailor boys with an American flag and a little girl watching the parade. This one also has the beautiful script writing on the back.
It's 3:30.
See what I mean about the computer? Okay, this one is a vertical card. It has Grandma there with her little Minuteman boy, and this one has the stamp upside down on the back, but you know what? I don't care. I like the card. It's just part of the uniqueness of it. Here's one that's vertical. It says July 1776. So this one obviously is in celebration of Independence Day. This one has a lot of writing on the back. The messages are very interesting many times as well. Here is one that is probably not quite as old, no embossing. The sentiment on this one says, "The Star-Spangled Banner in triumph shall wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave." A very nice sentiment. You know, these cards are great little things that you can tuck in to a greeting card that you may send. If you get them unused, you can even send them as a card themselves. But if anybody would, likes older things, they'll find this very unique to have some kind of a nice little card tucked in a card that you may send them. Here's one of George Washington with the flag and a lot of writing on the back of that one. These are most all early 1900s. Here's one, just the Star Spangled Banner there. 2 stamps, so probably not as old. Here is one that is unused. Again, this one could be set by itself. It is discolored there from age, but that just adds to its character. That's what aging is all about. So that's a cute little card. And then just one that's not quite as old. It just has the 48 star flag there. So that is the extent of my patriotic card collection. Now I'd like to share with you some ways that I have come up with to display them. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you may have seen some of my cards that I have shown you that's on display, and I have shown you how I put them in needlepoint flower frogs. And for instance, let me just get one here. You can get one of these needlepoint flower frogs. Here's one that's like a nice little rectangle shaped one, and put your card in there, and it holds it very nicely, and you can set it out on a table for display. I've got one here that's a little small round green one, so you can get different sizes and different kinds. And if you're concerned about damaging the card, here's an option for you. I have made some of these little they're like little envelopes made out of acetate transparency material, front and back, with an opening on the end, and you can use it for the vertical or the horizontal. And in this case, you would slide it up from the bottom, and I've put foil tape around the edges, just like a decorative little frame. And then when you put it in your flower frog, well, let me put it in this one. When you put it in your flower frog, then it protects it so that you don't have to worry about damaging the card. Now here's another option. You can get these flower frogs. Let me see if I can. Yeah, so you can see the prongs are farther apart on this one, and that makes it nice if you have to display something that is a little thicker. Sometimes the cardboard ephemera pieces that we collect, if you would like to stand them up in something, this is a good choice. Another way that I use, something that I use to display my card, I love this thing. This is an old store counter sign holder. It's all metal, and I've seen these in a variety of different sizes and things, but this particular one is just the right size for a postcard. And the postcard will slip up from the top like that. I put a little bit of acetate in the front of that one, just like it's a little bit of a window frame or glass there. And it shows the front and back, which I love. And in this particular case, if you wanted to put something in front of your card on a display, on a tablescape or something, you could set it in the front. Or if you put your card on this side facing out, this part could tuck under a mat or something that you may have on the table and use it that way. That's a great old piece. Another option that I would like to show you, this is just a postcard frame. It's glass, and I'll show you that the postcard, it comes out on all different sides, as you can see. And the best thing to do with that particular style is to have something that holds the frame. And in this case, it's a block of wood that I made and painted black, and put 2 smaller strips of wood on top so that it's got a groove, if you can see there, like a groove that it'll hold down, that this fits down in, and then you can display it very well in that. Another option is a postcard frame, and these are a little bit hard to find, and they're kind of pricey if you find them at like a gift shop or something, but they're glass on both sides with a frame, and the glass comes out of the back, as you can see, and you pull the card out, and then you can slide it back up in. And then again, you would have to put this one in some kind of a holder, like a plate holder or something, so that you can put your card on display. So those are the suggestions that I have for displaying your cards. And before I close, I'd like to share with you a few of the patriotic cards that I have for sale. You can check in the description of this video for my online store, where I will put the link to postcards of all kinds, and you can see what I have available. You may be interested in starting a collection of some other holiday postcard or another theme for collecting. This one is a George Washington postcard with the axe and the cherries there. It's for George Washington's birthday and still patriotic. As you can see, it's got the old writing on the back. This one is a great old early 1900s one. This, if I can get my finger on it right here, this gold part is an eagle, and it's got the crest there, and it's red, white, and blue, and then it's got your early writing and stamp and so forth on the back. I might suggest that when you store your cards, that you do store them in the plastic sleeves to protect them, which I do. I had the others out so that I could show them to you today. This one is a Memorial Day card. It says in memoriam, and this one is an unused one, a great card that if you wanted to send an old card to somebody, you could still use that one. Here's one that's also obviously George Washington theme there, with the hatchet and cherries and the red, white, and blue ribbons in the back of that card. And then here's an idea or a suggestion also. This is a Thanksgiving card, but because it's got the American crest there, it becomes patriotic as well. So it's kind of a cross collectible. And this is an unused card, and a great sentiment to slip into a greeting card for someone. They would just be delighted, at least I would. So that is what I had to share with you today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment, any suggestions for something that you'd like to see maybe. If I can, I would be happy to try to do that for you. And just remember, once you get out there and start enjoying your antiques, collect them, enjoy them, and remember, when you own an antique, you own a piece of history.